Okay, Assalamualaikum everyone. Today I'm going to talk about step on doing journal. So when I say journal, I mean the format in chapter 5. So before going into the working, I would like to explain back what is the book of prime in chapter 5. Okay, so this is the book of prime entries, okay? So this, as I stated before, there are 7 in total. Okay, so let us go into the specific journal first. Okay, so the journal related to cash, there are only 2 types of journal where the third section is only related to cash. When you make payment, you go into the cash payment journal, CPJ. Yeah. And when you receive money, you go into cash receipt journal, CRJ. So any transaction that uses cash or bank, which is cash in bank, you go into these two journal, okay? Any transaction. So if it's related to cash, you will go either to cash payment journal or cash receipt journal. Understand? Okay, move on. When the transaction is related to return, any return goods, you will go into either return inward journal, RIJ, or return outward journal, ROJ. Okay, any return will always relate to these two journals. So the next one is business transaction by credit. So any transaction by the business is related to the business transaction by credit goes into sales journal, SJ, and purchase journal, PJ. Okay, it will go into these two journals. Any sales journal by credit go to sales journal. Any purchase entry by credit go to purchase journal. Understand? So I just explained to you 6 journal. It's already 6. So the last journal is general journal. So any transaction that cannot be specified into these 6 journal will go into general journal. Okay, so for example, there will be like opening entries, non-credit, not by cash, meaning by credit, will go under general journal. Transfers will be here. Drawing not made by cash will go into here. The adjustment and correction on errors. Understand? Any transaction that cannot be specified into those 6 journal will go into the general journal, which is the GJ. Okay? Understand? So I will go into an example next. Okay, so this is the answer for the exercise for chapter 4 that we have discussed, that I'll be using to explain this format in chapter 5. I have also shared the chapter 5 format with you in the Google Classroom. You can try and look what is the difference between the chapter 4 generalization and the chapter 5 generalization, okay? And also, I've also categorized the prime entries here. I already categorized it for you in this part. So try to look and understand why such transaction, why it was categorized in this category. And if you have any question, just contact me. So I won't go into detail. I'll move to the next slide. Okay, so in this slide, I'll be showing you the format for book of prime entries format. Okay, the first journal being the general journal. So among of all the 7 journal entries, general journal is the most simple one. Okay, it's just the same as you did in chapter 4. Okay, format dia sama je macam chapter 4. See, May 15 punya transaction, you debit the motor vehicle, and you credit the capital. So format untuk general journal tak isu sangat lah. So folio ni you put the ledger that the account will be made into. Okay, so motor vehicle will made into a general ledger 1, and the general ledger will be named after motor vehicle. Okay, the same with capital drawing and purchase. Saya rasa tak banyak isu sangat lah untuk general journal, sebab dia punya format sama je dengan before ni. So kita pergi untuk sales journal. Okay, 23rd May there is a sales transaction. Okay, so after looking at this transaction closely, it seems I made a mistake in the date. Okay, transaction jualan adalah pada 11 Mei dan return adalah pada 23 Mei. Okay, selain itu tak ada masalah lah. Okay, let's look at the sales journals first. So 11 Mei, sold goods on credit to Ranoma. Macam saya cakap before ni, sales journal adalah transaction based on credit. So benda ni dah fulfill dia punya syarat. So Mei 11 kita akan record as Ranoma lah, sebab jualan itu dibuat kepada Ranoma. So kalau ada credit note, you will put here. Tapi soalan ni tak ada, so kita letak dash ya. So folio 1 is the ledger. So Ranoma will be under sales ledger 1, which the name will be account receivable. Account receivable Ranoma, sebab dia beli by credit kan, and the amount will be 800. So see, transfer to sales account 800. Okay, and there will also be a sales ledger here, and putting 800. Okay, so nanti bila you all buka ledger dia, kita akan ada ledger sale 1. It is the JLC 5. You akan letak kat sini total sale. $800. Okay, itu je you transfer yang bawah ni. So, kalau ada transaction lain bawah untuk Mei hari lain, you akan include dalam journal ni juga. Dan bila total dia contoh kat sini 800, you akan terus masuk dalam sales journal. So detail you akan nampak dalam journal kat sini, bukan di ledger. Understand? So nanti ini akan ada satu lagi AR punya ledger for Ranoma lah, and you akan record sales punya transaction sini, which is 800. Okay, so you go into return inward, you akan nampak Ranoma ada buat pulangan. Okay, pada 23 Mei. Kalau ada boss number, letak kat sini. Kalau tak ada, tak perlu. Dia kat sini dia kata sales SL1. So SL1 tu sama dengan di sini. So amount 100 tu akan letak di sini juga. Under return inward. Okay. Tapi tak balance. So kita akan letak balance CD 700 kat sini. So you will get 800 and 800 here. Understand? So kat sini kita ada GL6 lagi. So maksudnya kena buka satu lagi general ledger untuk return inward. And lepas tu dia letak return inward, dia letak transfer to return inward account. Total dia, which is 100. Kalau ada banyak transaction lagi, total ni terus masuk dalam ledger dia. Faham? Sama je kalau untuk journal lain pun macam ni juga. Okay? Okay, untuk slide ini kita fokus untuk cash receipt journal and cash payment journal. So, untuk cash receipt journal, ini adalah format dia. Ada dalam buku kamu, ada chapter 5. The date, receipt number, details, folio, bank, discount allowed, AR, which is account receivable. Dia ada sale and others lah. So, in this case, untuk transaction kat sini, dia adalah all cash. Since cash tak ada kategori dia sendiri, dia akan masuk under other account. Okay. You can see that untuk Mei 2, 22 dengan 27, semua transaction ni pakai cash. Okay. So, direkod dalam journal ni lah. And capital akan masuk general ledger 2. Sebab ada open before ni, dalam general ledger dah ada. General journal. Loan, kita akan buka general journal baru. And untuk cash, kita akan buka lah cash receipt journal nanti. So, untuk bank, total dia nanti, kita akan terus transfer 43,000. Dan untuk cash, kita terus transfer 20,000. Sama juga untuk cash payment journal. Semua transaction ni, kita akan buka di under folio dia ada GL4, GL8, GL9 dengan GL3. Mana yang sedia ada, kita terus masuk dalam tu. Mana yang tak ada, kena buka baru. So, untuk end of the month, kita akan transfer tu untuk bank akan jadi 1,800. And untuk other account, which is also in this case cash, akan transfer 700 ke 7,400. Faham? So, kalau you all tengok kat sini pun, you akan nampak kan, saya ambil ledger untuk bank dengan cash je. Tapi kalau you compare chapter 4 dengan chapter 5, you can see that bank dengan cash punya transaction pendek je. Sebab dia terus ambil total. Kita tak tulis pun detail-detail dia. So, you can see that 43,000 untuk bank, total receipt, and 1,800 total payment. See? 43,000 dan 1,800. You just terus transfer yang total. Sama juga untuk cash. Total receipt dia 20,000. And total payment dia 7,400. See, sama juga dekat sini. So, format untuk chapter 5 ni dia more to simplifying the ledger. And all the details are in the journal. Okay? So, ini format yang kamu guna untuk your project. So, try to look and understand. And untuk explanation ledger pula, macam journal, ledger ada 3 je ledger. So either dia go into general ledger, majority will be under here lah. Majority will be under GL. So AR punya ledger spesifik untuk account receivable sahajalah. Okay. Dan AP adalah untuk account payable saja. So ada 3 kategori saja. Dan nanti you kena asingkan dia lah untuk anda 3 kategori ni. Kalau you tengok example yang saya bagi tu, saya dah tunjuk dah nak asingkan dia macam mana. And kena simplify the ledger pun macam mana. Okay, hopefully you all will understand and boleh buat projek dengan baik lah. Kalau ada problem boleh contact. Ini just for your project. Final you all tak perlu risau format-format ni. And that is all. Thank you. Oh, and also I forgot to mention that if you use chapter 5 generalization format, dia punya trial balance still jawapan akan sama dengan chapter 4 punya. Number of ledger pun sama, just cara dia susun and formatting je lain. Jawapan last kali mesti sama juga, okay? Okay, itu saja. Terima kasih.